Hey everybody, this is Dave. I hope that you all are doing very well. It's been about a year, really over a year, since we started doing this podcast and show. I wanted to do it as an experiment, and we just kept loving doing it, and now it's been that long, and we keep on making these episodes that we really love to record and play, and hopefully you all enjoy too. There's going to be some changes this year to how the show is. Nothing too major, but I did want to go over that with you. So we've been playing with some homebrew rules to kind of ease us into Fallout 2d20. A lot of that is kind of going out the window. We're getting back to a more core gameplay situation. So like things like double damage, if people hit a 1 in combat, that's going away. We're adding in a few little extra things. When people rest, they generate all their luck points back, but really in the book, it's only 1 luck point. So I've thought of a way that when you roll a 1, which is the best result you can roll, you're going to get that luck point back. Stuff like that. We're going to be playing pretty true to what the rulebook has for a lot of different things, so that if you go out and you read the rulebook, it's going to be near how we play our game. There's also going to be some pacing changes. I had an idea for kind of this first year really cemented in my brain as almost kind of this movie where it was nonstop action. There was things going on, and I think that kind of made it hard for me to write things that fast and have things be that organic. So this year we're continuing on with the main characters, but they're going to be more segmented into almost kind of like Pulp Fiction-y kind of, or comic booky kind of settings. This first one is the sunken sewers of Bourbon Street, which is this one setting that I've come up with, and really it's up to the characters to make the story out of it. In between those sessions is a downtime, which we're actually going to run today. That's what this episode is. This downtime is an opportunity for people to buy things and kind of like regroup, get the stuff they need before they set up the next mission. If you think about how time passes in this game, this really in a year we've only been running for like 2 weeks of this actual time, but I want to kind of give myself some leeway of letting them solve a scenario where I don't really have a solution for it, but letting them figure out what they want to do and then building the next story off of those choices. I feel like oftentimes I'm trying to incorporate story elements that I think of rather than letting things go naturally, so I think you're going to start seeing some more natural stuff. Additionally, we have some upcoming projects. Jared is kind enough to GM some sessions for a very special Starfield one-shot. No date to that because there's no date to the game, but around that game time, we're going to be doing some fun things in Starfield. Also, we are adding an additional game and show to the network. It's going to be based around one of Bethesda's properties, and we're going to have more information about that later. So all very exciting stuff. We love doing this show, so I hope that you all keep listening, keep enjoying. Tell your friends about it. Give us a review. A review is great. It's how we get known. Shout out the show. You guys already do a lot of the time, so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your support. We don't really make any money or anything off of this. This is just something that we love to do. So I'll leave you alone for now, and we'll get into some downtime this week and set up our next big step in our story.
In the swamps and cities of southern Louisiana, 4 post-apocalyptic survivors blaze a trail to find themselves, their adversaries, and the solution to stopping the second coming of the apocalypse. Welcome to Rad Rolls, a Fallout tabletop RPG.
So the last that we saw the crew, you all had defeated Paladin Buffont, the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel in New Orleans, in the burning remains of Christmastown. You agreed, you essentially made a deal to the pilot of the vertibird that had then landed to take you back to the train that the settlers of Rising Sun Settlement and some of the raiders at Christmastown have gotten onto to escape.
You all managed to land the vertibird on the back of the open mining cart that you all escaped from Bouffant Manor on. That's been attached to the train, and the train, really the best port for you all to set up is across the river from Old Nolans. Most people aren't paying attention to that side of the river. Everything is kind of like old and dilapidated. I'm not saying that New Orleans is somewhere brand spanking new, but even more so on that side of the river. Um, and so you all have started kind of making this almost a port with various containers, a lot of different like warehouses where trains would be to fill up on oil from the river or coal from the river that's barging in. So you all have a few days that you're actually going to take to essentially have some downtime and kind of decompress, which is the first for the entire party of this, because I don't think that you all have had a few days to just like chill really. And I say this, it's been like maybe a week, and we've been recording this podcast for a year, so a nice break is helpful. So I have listed some stuff for a new downtime system. I originally was going to start a settlement system, but Modifius is putting out their own settlement system in their new book, and so I'm going to wait on that, and then we're going to come back to that. But for now, we have a downtime system that's very inspired by Blades in the Dark that we're just going to kind of run through. So the first thing that I'm going to need you all to do is to essentially rest. I don't think you all have any critical injuries, and so I'm going to get everybody to do an endurance plus survival test with a difficulty of 1 to see if you can get that well-rested bonus to get 2+ HP. So why don't you all go ahead and roll that, and we'll see what that outcome is.
One more time. It's endurance plus what?
Survival?
Survival.
You all have been resting in the train cars with Clark's hammock that he managed to take, kind of like expanding out across the way, making your own little base of operations in the New Orleans Port and Depot. So it looks like everyone but Hazel has managed to get well rested, so you all get +2 HP. But Hazel, your injuries have recovered, so you're back to full HP, but everybody else gets full HP +2 extra ones.
Yeah, I'm going to say that she's just been having horrible nightmares, so she hasn't been able to actually get a good night's rest.
All players are going to now receive 1 luck point. We're not doing full luck point regeneration on rest. We're actually only going to regain your luck by 1 when you get that. Did anybody get any 1s on that previous roll as well? It looks like that Pep actually rolled a 1. Pep. So Pep, anytime anyone rolls a 1, you get a luck point. That's a new rule that we've been added. That's added to the system. So that way, 1s are exciting when you roll them. So you get 1 luck point every time you roll a 1.
Excellent.
All players should have leveled up. If you didn't, that's fine. But everybody should have leveled up every time we finish one of these. I'm going to expect kind of a level up for your characters, unless I say otherwise. And now,
I leveled up, but have not chosen a new perk yet. It was too hard of a decision to make.
Well, it's too late for that shit. So, Yep, it's too late for that stuff. So, let's go into inventories. So, when you got back to the train that the old settlement has kind of piled into, they had spent 1,000 of those caps that you collected from New Orleans when you first escaped it, and they had spent that on candy, basic essentials for food, because Hazel didn't finish teaching them how to farm stuff, just like trying to get by. But they now have a total of 4,000 caps, which, among you all, you can divide equally. From your last journey that you had, you actually acquired a few different things. One of them being, of course, a shish kebab that belonged to Paladin Bouffant. T60 chest, legs, and armor. And a drained fusion cell. So you managed to like move that armor using the fusion cell. I don't want to get into the semantics of how you moved it. You did, and you have the power armor frame. We got a Santa hat that you all got from being deemed the Santa of Christmas Town. And you also have Signal's super sledge and Signal's Raider armor. Signal's Raider armor is blown out, and it can really only fit a super mutant now because it has been stretched. And it says in the book that super mutants can only wear Raider armor because that's the only thing they can fit them that can stretch it out. So it's unusable unless you have a super mutant you want to put that on. So, what of these things do you all want on your person? Obviously, these are all things that the settlement has that you're going to keep with them, but what do people want from this?
Yeah, I'd like to start. I know that Pep is interested in the T60 suite. And I think that if it's all right if you take the T60 suite, if I could take the T45 suite. Because I think that's going to be the best answer to my protection dilemma. And as a I still feel like a Brotherhood of Steel member in good standing order, because I feel like I did the Brotherhood of Steel a service by taking care of the weak link that was Paladin Buffon. I feel like this is I feel like I could sport it.
If you want the T45, Pep will do that, but he's also fine keeping his T45 if you want to take the T60.
Pragmatically, I think you're more melee focused and tend to wade into combat a bit more, and I think the T60 is going to serve you better.
All right, well, I'll do that trade then.
Now, the drained fusion cell, that has to tag with one of the power armors, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, you would need an active fusion cell to get into that power armor and utilize it.
Got it. All right.
I think fusion cells are 200 caps.
Got it.
Times 0.3, so 260 caps. Yep. All right, and the shish kebab. 1.3. That's the upcharge. Unless, so we will get to that in the shopping. When somebody goes shopping, we will explain how the shopping works. All right, shish kebab and the super sledge, the melee weapons. Is anybody taking those?
I'll take the shish kebab, but super sledge is heavy. My thought is with the Signal's Raider armor and Signal super sledge, those might be good to put on Bobby since we already have a super mutant in the in our immediate vicinity that could benefit from that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's a good call.
All right, so I think that's about it. The Santa's hat, if somebody wants to wear that's just a clothing piece. That's like a cosmetic item that you get from the Atom shop. Like, that's not going to be able to...
It's also symbolic of the leadership in the in Santa's village. So that might just be decor that we use to decorate one of the rooms as a memento from that particular mission.
We can mount it like a head on the wall.
If we can either use it as a trophy or Hazel keep it and dye it black because that's hardcore. Why not? It was kind of a black Christmas, wasn't it?
It's probably already like gray because of just all the ash that's collected.
It's all ashed up and it's got burn marks on it.
A little charcoal.
You know, that makes sense with Santa though, because like that would happen to him. He would get a lot.
It would get sooty.
How much Scotch Guard do you have to put on?
That's the
I
next
wanna
the
know-
next letter to Santa. We're writing that. Be like, Santa, I want a pony, and also, how much Scotch Guard?
Yeah, and is the hat flame retardant? Because I know that it is the Fallout universe, but common safety precautions would dictate going down chimneys. You should be wearing everything flame retardant.
Yeah,
What's that
it's the
one coating
Fallout-
that they put on like clothes and boots and stuff that like just won't accept muddy water at all.
No,
Like
no.
Yeah.
It's the Fallout universe, so it actually is more flammable than it would be normally.
For some reason, it just explodes. Like it'll
Yes,
just randomly
yeah.
explode.
No,
I'm
I got it.
We're
Dye it
surprised
black.
we still have this.
So we can dye it. We can take the ball off the end. We can stuff it, and we can give it a brim, and then it's a witch's hat.
Ooh.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Is that how
All
you're
right,
going to spend your downtime?
Probably. Guys, I got nothing else planned.
All right, next up we've got we're going over our faction reputation here. Just to kind of summarize some of these things. You are obviously hostile with the Voodoos. The Voodoos are not very happy with you. The Brotherhood of Steel, not very happy with you. Although
Which
you do know
chapter
that
though?
there are the remnants of Steel, which was confirmed by the pilot, and they're feeling cooperative. The Pigskins, the Nola super mutants, are actually feeling very cooperative towards you all. The rest are kind of like middling, so I won't quite go over those. But we can talk more next time about which factions you did very well for and which ones you really pissed off this time. So that's the reputation section. Next, we're going to get to activity. So characters may choose one of these to perform during a downtime phase. The first being shopping, the second being mod crafting, third being scavenging, the fourth being luck region, the fifth being diplomacy, and the sixth being a custom project. All of the details of those are listed in the homebrew document that I sent out to you earlier. What does everyone want to do?
Retail therapy.
Shopping list.
And then after
got it.
Clark's retail therapy, I'm wanting to build mod/S. I'm not sure how many I'll be able to get to do, but
Sure, yeah.
that's
Mod crafting. All right, so that's
Yeah.
Clark and Lonnie. What about Pep and Hazel?
If someone's willing to do the shopping and get me a power armor helmet, I'd appreciate that because Pep would like to paint this new power armor in his custom hot rod flame paint job that he's been wanting to do.
Well, if nobody's going scavenging, Hazel can go scavenging. And I did notice it looks like instead of gathering plants, collecting stuff from plants is considered scavenging also. So I'm wondering if we're rolling with that too.
Yeah, the scavenging has a lot of different uses that we can talk about when we get there.
Okay. So yeah, I'm down with scavenging if nobody else has that one locked in.
Multiple people can go scavenging as well. If people are like, hard up for a thing, multiple people can go modding. Technically, multiple people can go shopping, but if you give everyone a list of the things that you want, you won't get them. There's no benefit. So we've got Clark doing shopping, Lonnie doing modding, Hazel is doing some scavenging. Pep, what are you doing?
This would be a logistics question then. So, if Pep wants to do a custom paint job, do I first have to go shopping to buy the paint?
No.
Okay. So custom, or like, what was the? How did you phrase it? Custom project time. So the paint job.
Yeah, you want to do the project of that. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna have that be. I'm gonna set for any like long-term project or anything. I'm gonna set a timer. This is just a one-time thing that you can do. That's gonna have some extra benefits that I don't think that you even realize. So that will be what's going on. First, let's do the most important thing here. Though it's not the most important thing, though it's the thing required to do a lot of these other things. Clark.
Yes, sir.
You've been given the collective caps of the group, and you have heard recently that the on the outskirts of New Orleans, of Old New Orleans, across the river, that a super duper mart is actually been in service, and you have decided to go out and head that way. You enter through the doors, and you see kind of like barricades up around these shelves that come down. These barricades almost make like a full counter at the front, so you actually can't go down these shelves. This counter is kind of makeshift in a way, but it has a long bar across the top. At the end of this, what do you call it, bar, you see a few plastic, what look like kind of like pumpkins that have faces carved into them. And you see a familiar face walking down the aisles, and it is the face of Jack McPumpkins. Jack McPumpkins is wearing kind of a nice button-down shirt with suspenders and slacks, but he's got this apron around him that says Super Duper Mart. And he approaches you and says, "Oh, hey, long time no see. What can I get you? Anything here? It's all gonna cost a certain amount, but I've been opening up this shop for just about a day or two, because let me tell you something. I don't know if you knew this, but things got really crazy in Old Orleans, and I don't want to be there anymore. So here I am, living my life. You probably didn't need a life update, but that's what's going on with Jack McPumpkins. But I want to know what's going on with you."
Friend, I appreciate that so much. You know, I too have been doing some reflection and kind of, just trying to enjoy things more. And I'm really glad this store is here. I've been meaning to do some shopping and just, try and enjoy things a little bit more. I do have quite a long list of items I'm looking to procure. Maybe you can help me out with that. And, let's just make a day out of it, bud.
Yeah, and I'm going to have you do, based on how casual and chill, like you're just being so casual and chill, and everybody loves it.
It's new Clark, man. It's new Clark.
I'm gonna have you do a let's see here, a barter plus charisma check. And essentially, if you had AP or anything, you could add dice to that to get more successes. I don't think that you have any AP in the group AP pool right now, because we used it all up for Paladin.
Yeah, I had 0 to contribute.
So you're just going to roll the basic die.
That is correct. Didn't go great.
0 successes. So all the prices are set to 1.3.
Oh, hold on. I have Smooth
Talker.
Talker, though, so I can re-roll one of those.
Oh, all right. Do it, buddy. I like it.
Let me try that one more time. See if that helps. Hey, there we go.
1 success. Yeah, so all prices are 1.2 times the price and cost of the book. So
I also took Cap Collector, though, so I get a 10% discount.
Oh, you get a 10% extra discount for Cap Collector? Great. Then you get 1.1 times the amount that is posted in the book. So I have your list of things here. All the list of the things that people have bought are in the Discord store. Is there anything additional that you want to buy? I have a list of Lonnie's stuff that's all here. I have a list of... So Lonnie is getting a T-45 helmet, a laser musket, a small backpack, healing salve times 5, fusion cells times 20. Pep is getting a Raider helmet, right? Is that what
Well, we talked about that of Before
a T60 helmet, right?
260 helmet now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, T60 helmet. All right.
And I would assume also we'd need a fusion core, right, to replace the depleted one.
You would need a fusion core, yeah. So that's an extra.
Wait, how is a T45 helmet only 16 caps? That is
So
dumb.
A T45.
Yeah. So
helmet
what
is
happened
actually
is the
60.
original PDF that I had, the weight and the cost were transposed.
So it doesn't cost 16 caps.
No,
Right,
it costs
so-
60 caps base price.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, because a Nuka-Cola is fucking 20.
Yeah. So, and when Dave posted that PDF, it's like, this is not what I've
Buy
got
everything.
in my
Yeah.
book.
Okay.
Also, armor frames are not 2 tons; they're actually 150 pounds. So,
Makes more sense.
Nonsense.
yeah.
So
that-
maybe
that
he
tracks a
didn't
little.
kill that guy in the sewer.
He definitely
you
killed
know?
that guy. It's central to his character now. You cannot
It's
take this
already
away.
the
From
side.
him.
Maybe there could be a shocking reveal where the guy survived.
Yeah, maybe your ghost comes back.
I was like, what?
I like
So I
it.
think I thought I updated that in the Discord, the actual cost of that, because the helm is 60.
I didn't see your updated version, but I can
What?
I can go ahead and run those numbers for you.
Let me check. I thought
I remember it being mentioned. In
Oh
Discord,
my
but I don't
God,
remember
you
it
know
being
what?
posted.
Now
What?
check. I didn't hit the enter button when I made the update, so now it's what. Okay, that should be resolved now. I apologize.
All right,
Wait, where'd you-
$399. So
Like
mine
if you
was-
go to chat where that message was, I'd been editing it, but I didn't hit
you'd
the
been
enter
editing
button.
it. Okay. Yeah.
But I
I
didn't
just
hit the
put your
enter button,
total.
so now
Yep.
I have a say,
399
and then mine is 445.
plus 445 plus
Clark.
you went the fusion core.
We're gonna get the fusion core and the T60 helmet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Fusion
yeah,
core
so both those.
plus and then you want the T60 helmet, correct? The helmet that's going to run you 650. And then we're going to times all that by 1.1 and that's going to equal your total today is 1,863 caps.
Dave, for reference, the shopping list I put up already accounted for the 30% markup
Well,
because
we'll figure out
why
the
would
total
you-
later. We will figure out the total later of what happened
This
and
is
who
thrilling.
was what. This is not. We have breached the level of what is an entertaining podcast now, and now we've done math.
Super duper market sweep.
I've got it.
Here's
I've got it sorted.
here's the important shit.
Listen,
Here's the
I
important
played
shit.
Mathfinder for so long. Okay,
Lonnie-
you know the
Lonnie bought a lot of practical, smart choices. Clark bought just a lot of food. He bought some bullets. He bought some armor, and then he bought food. He bought 4 different things of food.
And let's not forget, 30% of any Bethesda game is actually inventory management.
Yeah.
He had
All
his
right.
priorities correct.
All right. So you get all this stuff. Jack McPumpkins looks at you and is like, "All right, man, gotta go, gotta do other stuff, and then count your shit." And he leaves. And then you go home and you're like, "Oh, I got all my stuff." Next up, we've got we've got Lonnie. Lonnie, the workshop is actually being built in this port and depot area. The Arturo, Nermal, and Newton are kind of like working there and are there to help you and be your guide to kind of get you the right material and make sure and teach you up to make sure that you can do all of this modding for things.
Okay.
Arturo looks to you and is like, "What do we got on the ball?" So go ahead and do for it is mod crafting. Yeah, you can roll 3d20 To generate successes, one success equals one mod that you can craft, as long as you have the associated perk with it. So go ahead and do intelligence plus repair.
Okay.
And roll an additional dice.
Now, something that I had on my person that I haven't been accounting for is I have a multi-tool. A handy little device containing a set of pliers, some wire cutters, a variety of small wrenches and screwdrivers, and other small tools, all built into a single tool. Different parts fold out of the handles as needed, ideal for someone who needs basic tools but is still traveling light. Reduce the difficulty of repair tests by 1, minimum 0. So
Yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
already like a...
Go ahead and do
0.
40-20, though, since you got a multi-tool.
40-20 on the intelligence repair.
Plus repair. Yeah.
Okay, we will give that a shot. And we got 4 successes.
And you put a luck point in because you rolled a 1 as well. You got 4 successes. Yeah, you didn't get 5. 5, when you get 5 successes, you can put a legendary effect on something.
Okay.
Instead of using 5 mod spots. But you can mod 4 things. You sent me over a list of modifications that you're going to do, I think, to a laser musket that you recently got from
Yep.
Clark.
And it happens to be exactly 4 modifications.
Great.
That
So you managed to do it all.
Cool. So this is now a laser musket with a full stock, a short scope, a 4 crank capacitor, and a long barrel. And I need eventually come up with a suitable name for this monstrosity. But yes, thank you.
Very well. Next up, we move on to Hazel, who has discovered essentially a giant junkyard, kind of south of the port and depot, and you've started to go scavenging through there. And so the way scavenging is going to work is you're going to do a perception plus survival check with 2d20. Actually, it's 3 dice if you're doing in downtime. So it'll be 3d20 for perception plus survival. Based on the amount of successes that you get is what I'll have you roll tables that you have options to roll tables from. So go ahead and do the roll first, and then I'll walk you through what you can get.
Okay, I have rolled 2 successes.
So with 2 successes, you can either do, let's see, you can essentially, these are the ones that you can buy for 1 success. So you could do 2 of these if you wanted to. Ammo, valuables, or food and drink. Valuables are going to be like, that's where your caps are. Or you can spend both those successes and scavenge for chems, thrown weapons, and melee weapons.
I'm going to do that last one because that's my bag, man.
So you want to do thrown weapons?
Actually, let's go with chems. Because I think we are going to need chems. I had some on my shopping list, but more is better in this case.
Yeah, you managed to find a rad away. So that's actually going to be very helpful for you because I'm going to start thinking about how rad damage is done. And you're going to get more of it. Surprise, surprise.
Okay.
So that is from your scavenging run. Pep Hackett, you have made your little like power armor station. It's almost like a little like boutique you've installed into the port and depot. And you have your power armor up, and you have 2 other settlers that are sitting near you. What are their names? They're very interested in mechanical things.
Well, one is named Henry, and the other is named Tucker.
Henry and Tucker are kind of watching you get everything set up to do some power armor painting. They're kind of eyeing you with curiosity. They're not really saying anything. They're just waiting for you to act. What are you doing during this time?
I imagine Pep is in coveralls with like maybe like a stick in his mouth, like a little stick. He's kind of chewing on it like a cigarette. He's kind of eyeing the power armor. This is a beautiful power armor. He's running through different color schemes, different designs. He's like, this is it. This is the most beautiful power armor he's ever seen. This is a beast. Like I gotta look really freaking cool when I'm wearing this thing. I gotta be like gotta be hot. I gotta be like, yeah, I gotta be like on fire. He's like, that's it. I'm gonna be on fire. But like not just like fire that like burns. I need to be like dangerous, especially dangerous, like radioactive fire, like a green fire. Yeah, I'm gonna paint this out like it's on green fire. He's getting very excited about this power armor, like and animated and like just like super jazzed. And hopefully, Henry and Tucker see this energy and appreciate it.
Yeah, Henry and Tucker are enthralled by you and your creativity of painting the power armor. And and Henry looks at you and says, "Hey, you know what'd be cool is put a skull on it. Put a skull on it. That'd be cool. Put a skull on it. Yeah."
Pep's gonna turn. Which one said that, Henry?
Yeah.
He'll turn to Henry. He's just gonna like, nah, kid, man. Skulls? There's no skulls on this. Skulls are what like raiders wear, like bad guys wear. Pep Hackett. I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a hero. That's right. Yeah. So no skulls on this. Only flames.
Tucker looks at Henry and says, "Yeah, why would you even ask to add a skull to that? That sounds dumb. These flames are way cooler." And Henry looks back at Tucker and says, "Yeah, I guess so."
That's right, Tucker. Got a good head on your shoulder. You want to help me with this thing, Tucker?
Yeah, that sounds awesome, Pep.
All right, Henry, you can watch. Tucker, let's get started on this paint job.
Right. So you all are busy essentially doing that together, forming almost like your own little club of greasers within the Rising Sun settlement. Next, I'm going to pull you into a scene that I'm going to have you help me construct. You all have essentially cleared out one of the train cars itself to set up a little base of operations for just your group. Really nobody else. This is mainly just like quarters where you all can like get together, plan stuff out. What does this room look like? I kind of want this to be collaborative. So what kind of things have you kind of like, I'm not talking like I have a nuclear reactor in here that I'm going to blow up the world. No, like tables, like, comfort items, that kind of stuff. What do we have?
100% a couch made out of tires.
Yeah. So have you seen like the old like leaf peeping cars like on trains? So over here in West by God, Virginia, we have like leaf peeping tours, and basically the trains run around the southern part of the state during autumn, so you can see the leaves and stuff while they're turning. And it's such a big deal that they bring in all these like older heritage train cars, and just you like load up, you pay admission, and you just like do this tour, and you drop off at like one of these stations like in Pipestem, and they have like a little get together there, and then you load back up and you come back to like your destination and stuff. And it's an all-day thing, but it's super pricey. But some of these train cars are like classic, and they're not like your traditional Amtrak train seats, but like a parlor. Like it looks like a parlor. So you've got like legit couches and stuff that are like lining the backs and stuff. So it made for comfort instead of for like how many people can we charge tickets for or anything. So I like the couch idea, and that's kind of what I was thinking too, is just something like there's only going to be 4 people in here, maybe a couple more if we have like meetings or anything. So like let's have like a living room, like a little meeting space, couch on either side, table we can put in the middle.
Hammock chairs.
I just want my hammock. I'd like a small table that can be used to clean and do some maintenance on some weapons, and that's all Clark needs. That's all
I really
he
like
needs.
the idea that the room, each corner is like our personalities.
Yeah, Hazel's is books and macrame plant holders, basically.
I kind of like how Spartan Clark's corner is, so I might try to navigate that way as well. And I mean, I would be happy with like a simple bunk bed and a foot locker or something reminiscent of what we had in the Brotherhood of Steel, because I've never really had like many possessions. I've never been materialistic. So, you know, at some point, might try to convince Clark, like, hey, you want to do bunk beds? Just
No, nope.
no.
I have my hammock. I'm
Well,
quite
if
content.
if I had like the top bunk, but instead of a bed on the bottom, you could hitch your hammock up. Okay, all right, it's fine.
It's not gonna work for me.
Somehow I like
just feel like
Lonnie
you're.
and Clark
I
being
feel
like
like
stepbrothers.
I feel like you're gonna really just kind of bring down the whole energy. You know, Lonnie, I've noticed this about you. You've got a lot of nervous energy. You've got a lot of nervous energy, and
Yeah, I do.
I'm not. You know, I've been on edge for my entire life. My entire life, I've been on edge, and
Yeah.
you know, you
So-
know,
okay,
maybe actually, you do need to be over here. Maybe you do need to be over here.
Okay, it sounds like you're trying to work through some stuff, and I really didn't want to subject the other two to your bullshit. So I was trying to volunteer and do them a favor. But, you know,
Wow.
if that's how you want to pitch it, you know, I'll just, you know, whatever. You do you over here, you clean your little guns over here, and, you know, in your little hammock.
You're just jealous of the hammock. That's what this is. Now I understand. You're jealous
Oh,
of the
yeah,
hammock.
real jealous of this
Yep.
piece of cloth that you lay in. I mean, so
It's a
much
net.
better than the floors
It's
that
a
I
net.
lived in all my. Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay.
you
It
know,
allows
some
for air
ratchet sheet.
circulation.
Yeah, if I take a sheet and cut holes in it, I'll call it a net. Sounds great. I slept in nets all my whole life. Okay, you do you, Clark. Sorry for asking.
So you guys,
That's what I'm talking about with this nervous energy.
you guys want to go get dinner or something?
I have
Oh my-
I have a horrible idea, guys. Like, go with me on this. How about, since we all have our own corners in this room, what do you think about making the very center of the room a conversation pit?
Define pit.
As in, instead of sitting up above ground level, where actually you step down and we all sit in an area with like a little fireplace or like in the middle. But the other thing is, it's an excellent place to take cover if we need to. And it's very low key as long as no one gets drunk and falls in, which apparently these were very popular at turn of the century, and a lot of people had the tendency to fall into them. So other than that, I think it'd be fun.
Now, correct me
Can
if
we
I'm
put
wrong.
a trench in a car?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we're going to have the clearance for this, right?
Yeah, okay, we'd have to build up the floor
You have to step
and then
up
leave the
and then
pit
down,
in.
but that is actually, you know, that it's, you know, why not?
We could
I
cut
can
a
think of
hole in
so
the
many
floor
reasons why
of the
not.
train car.
Hey, and then
And
we have an
build up.
emergency exit too, so that's not a terrible idea,
That's
right?
kind of
Now, that does seem like a safety hazard.
Only if the train's moving.
At this point, you
All
all
right,
hear a knock at the door.
please God, someone come in.
A smaller young man with red hair steps in. You recognize him as Arthur, the officially designated kind of like town manager while the mayor and council are gone. He steps in and he says, "Oh, hey guys, how are you all doing?"
Hey, Arthur.
Hello, we're doing really well.
Yep.
I'm
having
glad
Very constructive conversations in here.
I really expected that. I expected you guys to really, have your finger on the pulse of what's really important here, because we're having a bit of a tough time. Hey, I managed across a note that I think that you should see. And he takes the note out and sets it down on the on Clark's table, and you all pick it up. and read it. And it says, I didn't know that you were back. Please meet me at the sewer entrance. And it's signed Knight Rajir.
Oh, man.
All right, Lonnie, do we trust Roger?
If that vertebrate pilot was to be believed, which I mean, under duress of gunpoint, I think yes, he could probably be believed. I trust him. I trust him enough to go alone.
I would like to see him again if you wouldn't mind
Hazel, we've talked about this.
No, well, are you calling dibs?
I don't know yet. It's complicated.
Okay, all right. Just let me know how things go, okay?
Okay, but it's
okay. Tell him I said hi.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying that I trust him enough to go alone. If y'all want to go with me, that's fine, but like there's risks involved. But you can certainly come along.
What risks?
What risk? If I recall correctly, we're not entirely popular in Old Nolans right now.
Okay, I would feel more comfortable if it was at least like a buddy system if two of you went.
You're all gonna have to go. Sorry.
All right. All right, Lonnie Clark, you go meet Knight Roger. Hazel and I will hang back and watch in case anything funny goes down. We're at least close enough to help.
Well, see, here's the thing about Lonnie and I doing things alone. Last time that happened,
no, it was someone. It got weird. I mean,
somebody died.
Yeah,
deep wounds were had.
Yeah,
Someone
I don't know.
always dies, Clark.
Realize that's just starting to sound like a Tuesday for us, right?
I mean, I think that was a Tuesday, but like, regardless, it's. Yeah, I am noticing that bad stuff tends to follow us. People tend to die in mysterious ways around us.
Hold up. Is it all that mysterious?
Very mysterious way.
Very mysterious.
Very mysterious. Unexplainable, even.
Yeah.
Just wait till I get on that syringer ammo.
All right.
So wait. So Clark, are you saying you don't want to go as backup for Lonnie?
I'm just saying that,
Well, then I'll go with Lonnie, and meet Roger, while you and Hazel just hang back a little bit and do what do they call it? Overwatch.
Now,
in case anything goes down.
The last time that Hazel and I hung out together, she broke my nose while trying to comfort me, I guess.
You were also being a huge dick, so it might have been an unconscious decision.
I was crying on a couch.
Okay, Clark, has anything weird happened when you hung out with Pep?
Honestly, the only times I've been hanging out with Pep were pretty bitchin', so...
I mean, all right.
I'm glad you have a short memory, Clark. That works out. Let's do this.